Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Keith here back at Coding Blind Tech. It's been a while, so I figured we'd get started on the basics. So today we're going to look at 3 screen reader settings for NVDA or NV Access that you most certainly want to have enabled or set whenever you're reading or writing code. Alright, let's get started. So I got my website back up and running, codingblindtech.com. So I will make sure to put that in the description down below, and then I'll also pin it in the comment. Now, I'm at the top of the page right now, and what I'm going to do is just down arrow until I hear blog.
Banner land list with visited link current page visited link about out of list list with 3 items visited link about visited link current page blog.
Alright, so blog, we're on that current page now.
Blog bar coding.
And then now I'm going to hit H just to get to my heading level 1, the first heading.
Main landmark all posts region list with 8 items software engineering for the visual.
Alright, so now I'm just going to look for the screen reader blog.
No next heading. NVDA settings for coding heading level 3 visited link.
Alright, so NVDA screen reader settings for coding. I'm going to hit enter on this.
NVDA settings for coding. Same page link. Main landmark NVDA settings for coding heading level 1. 1 symbol level : all heading level 2.
Alright, so here we go. Getting started, we have number 1. So symbol level all. So symbol level you want to be all because reading code, writing code, it's full of syntax. So, and you want to be able to hear everything that has been written. So if I down arrow, it's going to give me instructions on how to do this.
List with 2 items bullet how to set : list with 2 items white bullet quick toggle : press the NVDA modifier key left paren, insert right paren, +P.
Alright, you hear there's a quick way to do this. So you can hit your NVDA modifier key. For me, I do use a big keyboard, but I do use the laptop setup with NVDA, so I can hit the caps lock key. And so if I hold down the caps lock key right now, and then press P as in Papa.
Symbol level all.
So it sets my symbol level to all. I have it on most, or had it on most until then, for this video, that way so it's not as heavy whenever I'm just going through this. But most or all of the time I have it set to all, especially if I want to understand fully what's going on in a piece of text, like a string or anything like that. It makes it a lot easier to know what's going on. So I'm going to go ahead and set this back to
symbol level some, symbol level
most, and right there I'm just hitting P while caps lock is held down, and it just cycles through that. Alright, if I hit down arrow again,
white bullet alternatively : press the NVDA modifier key +N, go to preferences greater settings greater speech, and set the symbol level to all.
Okay, so right here is the way that you would do it going actually through the NVDA settings. So with that, I would do NVDA modifier key. So for me, again, that's going to be caps lock. Most people use insert. It just depends on the keystroke for me on which one I'd use. But in this case, I'm going to do caps lock plus N as in November.
NVDA menu.
And then that brings up my NVDA menu. I'm going to press down arrow.
Preferences submenu P.
And you hear preferences. I'm going to hit enter on this.
Settings.
And then settings, I'm going to hit enter on this.
NVDA settings : general left paren.
Alright, so now in here we come to speech.
Speech 2 of 9.
So I just down arrowed one time there, and now from here I'm going to press tab.
Speech property page. Synthesizer grouping.
And I'm just going to press tab until I hear symbol level.
Change. Voice : rate : slider 10 rate boost checkbox checked alt pitch : slider 50 volume : slider 6 automatic language switching left automatic dialect switching left paren report language changes report when switching to language punctuation / symbol level : combo box most collapsed alt +L.
And there we go. So punctuation / symbol level, and you hear most. And again, in this box, I can just hit the down arrow.
All.
And that brings me to all. And then if I hit the up arrow.
Most. Some. None.
It just goes up to the top of this list. So I'm going to down arrow until I get back to most.
Some. Most.
There we go. And now from here, I could tab until I hear apply, and then I could shift tab to OK. But for me, I'm just going to do Alt plus A as an alpha. You do that at the same time.
Categories :
That will apply, and then it sets my focus, in this case, back to the categories. So now I'm going to shift tab.
Apply button, cancel, OK button.
And I shift tab 3 times, and I hear OK, and I'm going to press enter.
NVDA settings for coding - Brave window.
And there we go. Okay, so that's step 1. Your symbol level needs to be on all.
Out of list bullet Y the setting :
Alright, and then we go into why this setting, but I'll let you come here to read that. Then I'm going to press H as in for headings to move to the next step.
2 indentation needs to be spoken out loud, heading level 2.
Okay, so indentation, this needs to be spoken out loud. Now, this is because you need to know when things are indented. So, especially for Python, Python is delimited by indentation, or spaces, and knowing where that indentation is and when it starts, having that as a verbal cue, it is the same as having it as a visual cue. So, I'm a down arrow here. We're going to see the same set of instructions like we did in the first step.
List with 2 items bullet how to set :
Alright, so how to set.
List with 1 item white bullet, press the NVDA modifier key +N. Go to preferences -- settings -- document formatting, and set. Left quote line indentation, right quote to speech.
Okay, so again, we're going to go through that NVDA settings menu. We're going to go to document context, and then we are going to tab until we hear the setting for indentation.
Left
so let's
quote line
listen to that
indentation,
again.
right.
Let's listen to that again.
White bullet, press the NVDA modifier key +N. Go to preferences -- settings -- document formatting, left quote.
There we go, and I misspoke. That's why we reread it. It's document formatting. So in this, again, I'm going to press caps lock or NVDA modifier key +N is in November.
NVDA menu.
And here I'm going to down arrow to preferences.
Preferences sub.
And then I'm going to hit enter on that. Now you hear the screen reader stop talking. That's just me hitting control to make it stop talking. I'm going to hit enter on preferences.
Settings.
And then settings.
NVDA settings :
Alright, and then here again we're going to start in the categories, and I'm a down arrow till I hear that document formatting.
Speak. Audio for privacy, vision, keyboard 7, mouse 8, review cursor, input object, browse mode, document formatting 13.
There we go. Now I'm just going to press tab through this till I get to the indentation.
Document format, font size check, font attributes combo, superscripts and emphasis check, highlighted left, style check, colors check, document information, bookmarks, editor revisions check, spelling or grammar, pages and spacing, line numbers check, line indentation reporting : combo box, speech collapse.
There we go. Line indentation reporting is on speech right now, and that's what you want to set it to. If yours is not on speech, then you're going to want to first press your home key. You don't have to, but it does get you to the top of the list. Otherwise, you can press the up arrow a couple times.
Off.
And then you hear off. So that's the first item in the list. If I down arrow,
speech.
We hear speech, down arrow again.
Tones.
And we hear tones.
Both speech and tones.
And then both speech and tones. So for me, I always do speech.
Tone, speech.
So we're going to leave it there. And again, you go through that process of Alt-A.
Alignment checkbox.
Alright, and then you have to be careful because sometimes there will be keyboard settings within the settings that you're in. So in that case, like right here, I just did Alt-A and it took me
pages
to
and spacing grouping. Alignment checkbox,
alignment.
Not checked, Alt+A. Categories :
Alright, and then I hit Alt-A again, and then it takes me back to my category, so it's applied, and I'm going to shift tab till I hear OK.
Apply, cancel, OK, but NVDA settings for...
Awesome. Okay, so that's step 2, indentation. Alright, let's look at the last step, the last setting you want to make sure you have. Don't forget, if you like this content and you want to see more of it, it really helps out the channel if you like and subscribe, and I will continue to push out content. And if it helps out, please recognize that in the comments, and if you have any suggestions or tips, let me know down below as well. Alright, so looking at step number 3.
3 capitalization needs to be read as capital out loud, heading level.
Okay, so this one's important. So NVDA screen reader out of the box is not real clear. It doesn't make you aware that caps lock is either engaged or the letter that you're going over is capital. So you want to make sure that you enable the setting to make the capital letters be spoken aloud. So like capital A, capital B. So I'm going to down arrow one time so we can hear
List with 2 items bullet how to set
2 times.
List with 1 item white bullet press the NVDA modifier key plus N. Go to preferences greater settings greater speech and select the checkbox.
Alright.
For left quote say cap before capitals.
Okay. Alright, so again, we're going to go into our NVDA settings to handle this.
White bullet press the NVDA modifier key plus N. Go to preferences greater settings greater speech and for left quote.
Awesome. And then we're looking, so we're going to go into settings, preferences, settings, and then speech, and then we're looking for
left quote say cap before capitals.
And we're looking for say cap before capitals. Alright, so we're going to go, again, I'm going to do NVDA modifier key N as in November.
NVDA menu.
And then I'm going to down arrow one time.
Preferences,
press enter. Settings, press
NVDA.
enter. Alright, and here, remember, we're looking for speech, and then we're going to tab until we hear the say cap for capitals.
Speech change voice rate boost check pitch volume automatic report when punctuation / trust voices Unicode normal report normal extra dictionaries for delayed descriptions for capital pitch change percentage edits say cap before capitals checkbox checked off.
There we go. Now typically when you come in here and you haven't touched this before, it is unchecked, so you're going to want to press spacebar to check that. And then again, you can press Alt-A to apply, and then go to OK.
Beep for use modes OK cancel OK button.
Alright, I'm going to press OK.
NVDA setting.
Alrighty, so there's the 3 settings that you want to make sure you have enabled with your NVDA screen reader whenever you are reading code. So I hope you enjoyed this video. There's definitely more to come, and if you have any suggestions, recommendations, or some good feedback, you know, I'm always happy with some positive feedback where I can improve these videos for you. And then I again hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one.